How's it going, guys? David Hedge here, House Hedge Gaming, and today I'm going to give you my top 5 picks of cards that I'm looking forward to playing with in Commander from March of the Machine, the newest set in Magic the Gathering. But before I do, a few quick notes on March of the Machine. Number 1, I did not do a full synopsis of the entire story on this channel. I did it for the first few chapters. The reason why is that, well, it was a lot of stuff going on. This story expanded all throughout the multiverse and culminated in New Phyrexia and Zhalfir switching places to where now Zhalfir is back in the multiverse and New Phyrexia is now lost in time. Now, people are thinking that Phyrexia is completely gone and now you will just see the remnants of Phyrexia all throughout the multiverse for years to come. But there is one question that still remains. Where's Jace? Jace, the completed planeswalker of Phyrexia, was nowhere to be found. So where is he now? Did he find Vraska's body and he is now hidden in a cave in Ixalan, holding her head and reenacting the famous scene from Sweeney Todd, where Sweeney Todd is looking down his lovely wife with his throat slit and just looking at her and is in that pose from now and evermore? Or is Jace going to end up being the most powerful praetor of them all as he finds a way to reconnect New Phyrexia with the multiverse through time? Well, only time will tell on that one. Number 2, I will give honorable mention to the battle cards and the praetor cards that are in March of the Machine. All of these cards I'm extremely excited about playing, and if I did a review on those, this would be a top 48 list of cards I can't wait to play with in Commander. The battle cards offer a new and exciting twist. We have been conditioned all throughout our lives in TCGs to protect our permanents, to protect our creatures, our Pokemon, our monsters, our lands, whatever. And now we get to attack a battlefield. And that's going to give us a really great, a different political spectrum, if you will. Because each one of these battlefields offer up a great ability as soon as you play them. But then you have them sit on the board for a while, and you choose who's going to defend it. And that could be the most political tool you could ever have in Commander outside of your wits. And I cannot wait to see what happens when you have a bunch of battles on the board and you have all these different people that you're playing against defending different ones, and then you get to be political, going like, hey, I'll take out this guy if you take out this battle, and stuff like that. It's really cool, and I thoroughly am going to enjoy playing with the battle cards and seeing how many times I get to flip them. And plus, I'm planning on building a 5-color deck with the card in The Invasion Begins, which lets you search for any number of battles and put them onto the board for one of each color and X. And I believe that that's going to be something pretty cool. Hopefully there'll be like a massive, a grand general of battles, which would be pretty cool to have later on down the line. But that's going to be many sets in the future. Or it could be next set when we go to Wilds of Eldraine. Who knows? But the Praetors as well. Each Praetor has an amazing ability. And the sagas on the back showing the different scriptures of Phyrexia is truly going to be a great addition to any Commander deck. Plus, we got a good Urabrask. Urabrask finally gets a chance to shine, as he is no longer the weaker of the Praetors, even though the first 2 iterations of Urabrask have been very disappointing. But the third one was definitely a charm in March of the Machine. So with all that being said, here are my top 5 picks of cards that I'm looking forward to playing with at Commander at my next game night from March of the Machine. Now, the first card I'm going to talk about is an angel, but it's not the Archangel Elspeth. Even though she is an amazing planeswalker, I'm talking about Boonbringer Valkyrie. Now, Boonbringer Valkyrie is 2 white and 3 for a 4/4 flying angel that has first strike, lifelink, and backup 1. Alright, now picture it. It's a stalemate in the game. The ground forces are all locked up. And you have one creature that you know could get through and definitely turn the tide of the game. But what do? Well, you play Boonbringer Valkyrie, back up that creature on the board, give it flying, lifelink, and first strike, and you, my friend, are back in the game. I think backup is an amazing mechanic that Wizards of the Coast has introduced to the game, being able to have your creatures with backup have an immediate impact on the board, and especially helps out in stalemates. Gives a creature, it can give a creature menace, it can give a creature flying, first strike, double strike, you name it, they have it. And plus, if it's the only creature that you're playing at that point, then you get that creature a boost. So a Boonbringer Valkyrie in the end could end up being a 5/5 flying first strike lifelink angel for 5 mana. That's about on par with what you get this day and age. But I believe backup is definitely going to be a great mechanic for the set, and a great mechanic to bring to a lot of constructed formats and limited formats. And this one right here in particular, I'm really excited about. Plus, my wife has a Vampire Angel deck, and I cannot wait to get my butt kicked by this Valkyrie. Now, the next card I'm talking about mixes the scariest things that you can think of right now: sharks, tornadoes, and Phyrexians. And now, let's take a look at Chrome Host Seed Shark. Chrome Host Seed Shark is a blue and 2 for a 2/4 flyer that reads, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value. Alright, so a 2/4 flyer for 3 is pretty good. Not bad. But incubate. Every time you cast a non-creature spell and incubate X is the mana value of the spell you're playing, I have an Azuri deck, Stalker of Spheres, that loves to play Planeswalkers and proliferate, and this is definitely going to be going right into that deck. Chrome Host Seed Shark is truly going to be a make or break for that deck. I needed more offense for it because it has a lot of Planeswalkers, not that many creatures, but this one's definitely going to be a great addition to it. So every time I play my Jace Cunning Castaway, I get to incubate for 3. Or if I play a plethora of Teferis, it can be anywhere from 3 to 6 mana that I get to spend, and then I get to have an incubate X token when I play that Teferi. Now, incubate is definitely going to be a very strange mechanic because you're basically having a long-term investment. You're starting an army, and you get to incubate X, and then you get to pay 2 mana, flip it over, and you get that creature that has +1/+1 for each incubator counter on it. And let's remember that if you're playing a deck with Planeswalkers like I am, and you're playing Proliferate like I am, the incubate counters can be proliferated as well. So being able to get a large army from this creature is definitely going to be something I'm looking forward to seeing. The big thing, though, is the whole thing with having to pay 2 to flip them over every time. Now, it could be a cool defensive thing. You just flip them when you have extra mana, and you play it a bit controlled, where it's like, hey, I got this 5/5 incubating over here. You try to attack me, I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to block, and you're not going to be happy. And so that gives another political element. Like, this whole set gives a lot of political elements for Commander, and I cannot wait to see what happens, especially when somebody sees a Seed Shark flying over their heads and getting me the win at Mad Max Game Night. Now, the third card on my list of cards I'm looking forward to playing with in Commander is a red card that is truly going to set the world on fire. Or at least the city. I'm talking about City on Fire. Now, this enchantment for 3 red and 5 has Convoke, which is pretty cool. And it also reads, if a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage instead. Woo, I can't wait. This card is going to go great in my Lavissa Cold Eyes deck. It's mono red, and it is going to be a tremendous addition, being able to use my warriors and barbarians to be able to cast this, and then the next turn just beat face against everybody. This card is reminiscent to several others like Furnace of Wrath and all that have come out over the years, but this one being able to triple is really, really tempting. Plus, it can combo great with the Seraphim from Phyrexian LB1, which lets you get some extra damage in too. So if you get extra damage there and triple damage here, you got a lot of damage. It's going to be great. And then you have Urbrast that goes, hey, I get better. But City on Fire, being able to Convoke. So yeah, it's 8 mana costs, but you get to Convoke with your creatures. And if you're playing something like Green-Red or Naya, because you're probably playing tokens, if you're playing Naya, can you imagine all those tokens being like little 1/1s to being able to deal 3 damage every time you attack, or being able to defend, or just anything else in general? This thing's definitely going to be something to watch out for at your next game night. And if you see City on Fire hit the board on your opponent's side, you better have an answer for that sucker. But for me, my barbarians cannot wait to set a lot of cities on fire with this one. Now, the fourth card I'm looking forward to playing is a card that is near and dear to my heart because I like dinosaurs. I just worked with a bunch of dinosaurs at Jurassic Quest just a week or so ago, and this one is definitely on my top of the list of dinosaur cards that have been printed in Magic that I really like, and that is Rampaging Raptors. Now, Rampaging Raptor is a 2 red and 2 trample haste 4/4 that reads, for red and 2, Rampaging Raptor gets +2/+0 until end of turn, and whenever Rampaging Raptor deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to a planeswalker that player controls or battle that player protects. And before you say anything, yes, I did say raptors because they usually hunt in packs, but I'll go with this one. It's a Rampaging Raptor, but he's big enough to be multiple raptors. A 4/4 for 4 is not bad. Being able to give it a semblance of fire breathing at +2/+0, not bad either. Trample and haste is amazing. And if you would have left it at that, I would have loved this dinosaur no matter what. But being able to have the excess damage trample over and go to a planeswalker or a battle they're protecting, woohoo! Love it. Being able to hit somebody and still be able to take out a planeswalker or damage them or damage a battle and not have to worry about it, that is a spicy meatball. I'm looking forward to playing this. It's definitely going to go into Livis of Cold Eyes because you know what? Barbarian's got to ride something. It may even find its way into my Miram deck, and who knows what other decks I might build throughout the duration of March of the Machine because there's so many different combinations of legends that I can't wait to play with. But this one here, being able to take out battles and again, the political game, because Commander is a lot more political and social than anything else in Magic the Gathering, this card will definitely get you a lot of attention and can make some friends and some enemies too, but who cares? I got a Raptor. Now, my fifth card that I'm looking forward to playing with from March of the Machine is a card that has beautiful artwork, and it'll go great in any green deck because I guarantee you this one will definitely swing the board, and that is Tribute to the World Tree. Now, Tribute to the World Tree is a 3 green enchantment that reads, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater. Otherwise, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Now, Tribute to the World Tree is undoubtedly a very powerful enchantment. Being able to make all your little 1/1s you create because of Squirrel Nest or March the Multitudes or Increasing Devotion, you now make a bunch of 3/3s. If you make a bunch of beasts from Rampaging Baloths, they now get caveat of being able to draw an extra card for you every time a beast comes into play. This thing can definitely be a game changer no matter what. In the early game, all those little 1/1 elves you're playing or all these little squirrels or whatever tokens you want to play, they get more and more ferocious every time this thing is on the board. The longer it stays on the board, the World Tree keeps growing and your opponent's chances of victory keep shrinking. So this one right here is definitely a great card to look out for. If you're a green player, you got a lot of Gramp, you'll be able to get 3 green sources, no problem. Definitely put this in your deck if you got a lot of creatures running around because this can definitely be a big benefit for you in the long run. All right, so those are 5 cards that I'm looking forward to playing from March of the Machine. But the question is, what cards are you looking forward to? This set is loaded with amazing legendaries, great sorceries, enchantments, battles galore, and in a different timeline. This set would be one of the hottest sets Magic the Gathering has ever put out. But thanks to COVID and all, things changed over the past few years. And this set, even though it is a tremendous set, to me, it's not getting as much attention as it deserves. So with me, I will be definitely putting a lot of these cards in my Commander decks. And I can't wait to see how Incubate and Backup and all works out and see what kind of political trickery I can make with the battle cards. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you like it, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and let everybody know that House Hedge Gaming is here for all of your gaming needs. So until next time, guys, stay safe and take care.